Which player did you regret not signing the most?
Certainly Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wow.
I thought it was possible, and if we had been a fraction quicker, a few days, because we had agreed, and Man United came in 5-6 days later. So I would say at the start of my career, Cristiano Ronaldo. At the end of my career, N'Golo Kante.
Hi everybody, how you doing? I'm Ian Wright, and I'll be putting the SPORTbible fan questions to the boss. And we're here promoting the new film, Arsène Wenger, Invincible. Unfortunately, I wasn't there.
But I'm invincible as well.
Okay, so boss, you ready?
Yeah.
You relaxed, you chilled?
I'm sleeping slowly.
Okay, the first question was, who was the best signing you made throughout your career?
We start very different.
Different. This is what they asked, boss. This is what they asked.
I made a few good signings, and maybe the best. I wouldn't say the best, but the signing who gave me credit, because I arrived the same together with him, was Patrick Vieira.
Yes.
After, of course, people say Thierry Henry, but of course Thierry Henry as well was an unbelievable signing. But I came here unknown.
Yes.
And Patrick, as I said many times, people thought, we don't know this guy, but at least he brings good players.
Well, that's the thing. It's because when you came, boss, people were saying Arsène who?
Arsène who?
And then when Patrick started to play, like you mentioned, then they say, well, it doesn't matter because he knows what he's doing. Look at that guy. I got to say, if I'm going to be totally honest, for me, seeing Nicolas Anelka when he came and started training with us, boss, makes you realise your time is short.
No,
because I've never seen someone so good.
It's funny you say that, because I had lunch with Rio Ferdinand today, and he said, you Arsenal, you said you're good teams, but the guy who impressed me the most is Nicolas Anelka. So
Nicolas.
I said I couldn't get up with him on the first 10 yards, and that's why when I saw him last night scoring the goals of Arsenal, I thought, I came too late for you, to get the best of you. And it's true that after you face a guy like Anelka, it's difficult.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Okay, next question is, which player did you regret not signing the most?
Certainly Cristiano Ronaldo.
Wow.
I thought it was possible, and if we had been a fraction quicker, a few days, because we had agreed, and Man United came in 5-6 days later. So I would say at the start of my career, Cristiano Ronaldo. At the end of my career, N'Golo Kante.
You could have got Kante as well?
Yeah. Easy, because he played in a club in Paris, that's called Suresnes, where one of my best friends is director, and he told me, please, I have a player, he's unbelievable. Nobody wants him in France. He took him in his car and traveled with him from club to club. And finally, a club of Division 3 in France took N'Golo Kante.
Wow.
It is an unbelievable story, N'Golo Kante. You could make a film as well with him.
Wow, amazing. N'Golo Kante at Arsenal would have been amazing.
And he has something that you don't find often.
No.
He wins the ball without making any foul.
No.
And straight away he moves that ball forward.
And very underrated in the way he progresses the ball as well. Very underrated, okay. Boss, the next question is, who was the most underrated player you coached?
Gilberto Silva.
Is it?
What was it about Gilberto?
He was naturally discreet, and I remember when I bought him in 2002, I was in Japan at the World Cup, and I looked at him. I thought, he doesn't make anything special. And to think, who did win this ball? Gilberto Silva. Who played this ball? Gilberto Silva. And I tried to buy him. And after that, I would say he was in the Invincible. Nobody speaks about Gigi.
No.
But he's the kind of player you see only how much you miss them when they don't play. When they play, you find it all natural. And Olivier Giroud was a bit like that in the other way. That means when he missed a pass, it was always a clumsy pass, you
Yes.
know. But when you didn't play him, you missed some presence up front. You know. And it was a bit similar in a different way, but Gilberto Silva, I thought he was Lorraine as well. He was a real fighter of the old times.
Yes, yes. You know, I was going to say to you, boss, I'm hearing the story about Colo Torre, and when he was on trial,
He tackled everybody, starting with me
Did he tackle you?
as well. Yes.
How did he tackle you? Was you playing or was he just on
Yeah,
the
I
side?
was playing sometimes, you know, but Colo, I played him against Tavlaridis at the time in training. He had such an enthusiasm. Colo is a similar story to N'Golo Kante because he was on trial in Strasbourg, he was on trial in Anderlecht, he was on trial in Basel. Nobody kept him. And the guy who called me with him, I knew Colo because he was in our school in Ivory Coast. And I said, look, bring him here before he flies back to Ivory Coast. And I signed him, of course, because he had such an enthusiasm and hunger to be successful. That's what we talked about, the defense last night.
Yes.
You know? This defense cost zero.
Jeez, unbelievable.
From Lehman, Lauren, Saul Campbell came for free.
And Ashley.
Ashley Cole, who was at the club. Lehman was less than 2 million. Saul nothing. Lauren 4 million euros. And so you had the back five. Didn't cost £5 million.
Unbelievable. Okay, so boss, next question is, which loss hurt you the most? Which loss when you lost? Which one was that made you feel really bad?
Champions League final loss,
Gosh,
because
of course.
it would have been all done, you know, and so it's a bit unfinished job. The fact that we didn't win the Champions League, and especially, I would say the whole season we didn't concede a goal in any qualifier. We played Real Madrid, Juventus, and at the end of the day we go in the final, and we play with 10 men. So if you go, you think all that way for that, you know.
I know.
And on top of that, makes the regret even bigger. We still should have won.
I know, we could have. I remember Thierry talking about he felt very tired towards the end. He said he had no power left.
Maybe because he made fantastic games at Real Madrid.
Yes.
And maybe he was tired, yes.
Do you think he was the best player in the world
Yes,
at that point?
yeah.
I think I heard you mention him, that he could be Michael Jordan of football.
Yes. He had everything.
Unbelievable. It's funny because there was times you'd watch Arsenal and then we're getting in a game and people are holding us out, and then Thierry would have like 5-10 minutes of his best and the game is over.
Yeah.
Over.
When he got angry,
Yes.
you know, when Sunday he wanted to game the game by the scruff of the neck, and you had that permanent aggression, you know.
I couldn't turn it off.
You couldn't turn it off.
Thierry's was, if you got him angry, then he'd turn his one up. Mine was always turned up,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, no, not unfortunately. I think it's a quality up front, you know.
You have a reputation for finding hidden gems. Are there any hidden gems out there that Arsenal should be signing?
I feel Haaland, for example, you know.
Holland. There's nothing hidden about him.
I've got to ask us, as a Spurs fan, do you remember Harry Kane in the Arsenal Academy at all?
No, not at all. No, he was at 9 years of age, you know. And 9 years of age, you look who is good and not good. So if you have the chance to see them, but I didn't even know that he played for us. And so now, after he moved at 11 years of age already to Tottenham, so it was too early for me to know him.
And we're sorry we got a Spurs fan then, right?
Boss, Mikel Arteta played for you. Could you see him becoming a coach?
Yes, I made him captain, you know, so I thought he would be a coach, yes, because he had the passion for the game, he had the kind of personality, you know, authority, natural authority. And I didn't know would he be a manager, you know, because between some people like coaching but not necessarily taking all the rest. I'm not surprised. I mean, I must say, Ian, from the first generation, the Dixon, you know,
Yes.
the Adams, Bold,
Winterburn.
Keown, Winterburn, they could have been coaches or managers.
Yeah. It's true. They were so organised.
They were organised,
So
they were
organised.
strong personalities, you know.
Ed would be coming like a technical director, being in charge. Is that something you would have seen? And the way he played, because he's a very intelligent player, could you see him in this role, what he has now at Arsenal?
No, not necessarily, because he was an intelligent player, like you said, and I was never thinking of a technical director at Arsenal Football Club, because I thought it was the role of the manager. But now it has been split. It's maybe not bad, because when you had my role, for example, in a modern game is too much, you know. And as well, maybe the club depends too much on one person, and so it's a bit more divided today on short term, a guy who coaches the team, and the long term vision, the guy who makes the decision for the next 10 years. So it's the evolution of it. As long as the two have a good understanding, it's not a problem.
Yeah. But there was a time where there's so much speculation of the amount of clubs that wanted you to sign for them. Real Madrid maybe 3 times, I don't know, the national team. When they came, was there any time in and around, let's say 2007 onwards, that you're thinking maybe with the clubs, because the caliber of clubs, we're talking Real Madrid a few times, was
Real Madrid, Juventus. Paris Saint-Germain 2 or 3 times, you know. I had all these opportunities, then the French national team, the English national team, and basically I was happy at the club, and as well involved in paying the stadium back, you know.
Yes.
I pushed the club to build this stadium. After, to walk away, I was, for me, a little bit tricky, you know. After, when we built the stadium, they wanted me to sign for 5 years to have a technical guarantee, the banks, a stability.
So they used you as collateral for the site.
They used me, yes, to give a stability to and the guarantee to pay the stadium back. After.
Did you feel pressure with that? Did you feel pressure with that? That's a lot of pressure. I've never heard that before.
I thought I didn't feel under pressure. I just felt it's natural. If because we started to build the stadium at 200 million, we finished at 428, something like that.
Wow.
So I pushed the club to do this monstrous thing, and I thought I have to give something back. You know, when they asked me to sign for 5 years, I said, okay, let's go for it. Yeah. So already I was there already in 2006, 10 years basically. So it pushed me 15.
Okay.
In the middle of these 5, I didn't see walking away.
No.
So after that, I extended again, and suddenly it made 22 years. I don't know how and why.
Boss, what trophy or title meant the most to you in your coaching career? Which one was
undoubtedly 98.
It was the best.
Because it was the first time we won
the double,
you know.
done the double, yeah.
And I arrived unknown, so to be capable to win, and I think that was the most meaningful trophies. And that's the day I realized as well, when you went through the streets, the passion for the club.
Oh my! Is that the first time you saw that? Because the open top bus?
Yes, I knew we had always 38,000 people at Highbury, but when you have 250,000 people in the street, you know, how can you see that in a
stadium? I know.
How did 98 compare to the Invincible season?
Well, the Invincible season was for me the achievement of the perfect season, you know. Because in our job, you never know how good you are. Because I think even if you win the championship, maybe somebody else would have made more points and won more games. So I was thinking always, to do the job well, you have to do a season without losing a game. When I came out with that, of course, I was hammered. England, they didn't like that because it looked arrogant. But on the other hand, you know, we're always in the court, or you play it safe and you minimize your ambition, or you come out with your ambition and you look arrogant. But somewhere you have to set targets who are very high for people, because most of us, we like to do what is easy and not what is difficult. So if we don't have high targets, we get slowly in the comfort zone. And that's why I found that. And basically, sometimes I thought to myself, you are completely crazy, you know. That is not achievable. But today, I said, I discovered you can play without, do this job without fear to lose. And that the players raised above their ego and just wanted to be dedicated and be as good as they could be and enjoy the next challenge. It was a happy group because they had no pain from losing games.
Yes.
And they just welcomed the next challenge.
You know, listening to Thierry sometimes, he said that there was times where they were very nervous going into games, especially that Liverpool game.
Yes.
I was nervous watching this Liverpool game, especially the way we started. So we get to a stage now where Arsenal, it's happening and only a few games left. What was it like in the dressing room then? Was you still talking about winning this game, or was anything to do with
the Liverpool game, yes, but half-time, so the whole team was shocked because we just have been knocked out by Chelsea in the Champions League.
Yes, of course, yeah, Wayne Bridge.
And the whole team was shocked, and I thought, the damage is much bigger than I thought, you know. And how can I get them? So I tried to shake them up a little bit, and then in our job, it's like that. You need a special player who does something special. And I don't know why Thierry suddenly turned up with something exceptional. But only the big players can do that. And that's why I say many times, you know, that what is a big manager? A manager with big players.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they turn up when you're under pressure, when you need them, and they deliver.
Which manager did you least enjoy going toe-to-toe with on the sideline?
Well, I never felt, it's funny, that I never felt I played against the manager. I always felt I played against the team.
Right.
And of course I had bad relations with Mourinho, I had bad relations sometimes with Ferguson. After we became very, very comfortable in our relationship. I had even with Alan Pardew problems. But
you see, with Alan Pardew, boss, was it just because he was very disrespectful?
I don't really remember. I don't want to accuse him of. I was not an angel as well, you know. So, what was marvelous, I discovered peace. When you build a new stadium in the Emirates, the benches are
much
further away, and that suddenly you had no problems anymore. You don't hear anymore what other people say.
Yeah. And boss, before we go, I got to ask you as the last question. Would you ever return to management?
I would say spontaneously, I would say no, because
not even international.
International maybe, you know, in a short period. Why not? But I would like to still help club. A club might invest in a club, you know, to be advisor.
Yes.
And but I don't want to make one fight too many, because at the end people, you know, look at their age and say he's too old, you know. And it's a bit age discrimination.
Yes.
Especially when you go through a bad period. But overall, I did the Arsenal 1,235 games.
Wow.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
And overall, I think in my career I did over 2,000 games. Maybe that I win 10 more games or 20 more games will not change my life now.
Wow.
I think I'm proud of more of what I won, of the values that you generate, that you have time to work on a longer distance in the club. And today when I travel, I see many people who love Arsenal for other reasons than just winning the Premiership. Is because the club had a certain desire to act with class and give chances to young players from all over the world, you know. And that is for me more important. I'm now involved in giving every talent a chance in the world, and I would like to say today, in the world, it depends where you're born, you know. If you're a young, talented boy, if you're born in Namibia, in Hanoi, or in London, you have not the same chance to become a player. And so I'm involved in a program who develops the help, especially for younger generations all over the world.
Boss, that was fantastic, because you are.
Ian, thank you.
Boss, I'll see you in a sec.
United's treble-winning team was better than the Invincibles.
still going to go Invincibles, Andy, man, because it's never, ever been done, right? And it's not been done since, despite, you know, City spending billions.